Tell us, with the obvious caveats, what you learned. Was he more forthcoming than what Acting Director Morrell was yesterday about these talking points that were put out?
Basically, it's still not clear how the final talking points emerged. It said it went through a long process involving many agencies, including the Department of Justice, including the State Department, and no one knows yet exactly who came up with the final version of the talking points, other than to say the original talking points prepared by the CIA were different from the ones that were finally put out. As far as General Petraeus, his testimony today was that from the start, he had told us that this was a terrorist attack, or there were terrorists involved from the start. I told him my questions had a very different recollection of that. The clear impression we were given was that the overwhelming amount of evidence was that it was arose out of a spontaneous demonstration and was not a terrorist attack. And I pointed out the following week when Matt Olson said it was a terrorist attack and made headlines, because until then the administration was saying it was not terrorist. Again, it was very cordial, if you will. General Petraeus is an outstanding patriot. We shook hands before and afterwards. We all thanked him for his service. But he was, I think, has a different impression of the impression that he left on September 14th.
Mr. Chairman, can you tell us whether or not his affair or the security issues surrounding his affair came up at all?
Only in answer to one question where he was asked at the start, did that have any impact on his testimony? He said no.
Did that make it?
How were the talking points different?
The original talking points were much more specific about Al-Qaeda involvement. And yet the final ones just said indications of extremists. It said indicate, even though it was clearly evident to the CIA that there was Al-Qaeda involvement.
Did you get any idea why they were changed?
They just said it goes through a long process, an interagency process. And when they come back, that have been taken out.
Did he seem concerned that things have been changed? Was that surprising to him?
He seemed to say at the time they didn't realize the full significance of that, and that for an unclassified statement, this was acceptable. Again, it's still very vague.
Was Petraeus under oath?
No, there was no oath given, no.
Mr. King, did he allay any of your concerns? Are you satisfied with the presentation he made today?
I'm satisfied with the ultimate conclusion he reached. I told him that I honestly disagreed with his recollection of what he told us on September 14th.
Chairman, what did he say about the affair with Paula Broadwell?
No, there's no comment on that at all.
Did that make it hard? Did that make it hard, though, to get past that, because those salacious details have dominated the news here? Did that make it hard to get down to brass tacks in this meeting?
No, that was made clear at the start. That would not be a focus of the questioning, and I would say 10 seconds into it, that was off to the side.
Do you see the reason why you all wanted to hear from him is because since he briefed you the first time, he went to Libya. So he obviously was giving you a bit of a trip report.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can tell us that he clearly learned from actually being on the ground?
No, that would all be classified, other than the fact that they now clearly believe did not arise out of a demonstration, it was not spontaneous, and there was clear terrorist involvement.
He said that straight up?
Yes.